Yo, it just had to be said, and I'm about to expose myself. I'm about to expose just about every single guy out there, but it had to be done because I'm tired of seeing this content on social media, the red pill movement. I'm tired of seeing so much emotional immaturity coming from men. And I know from experience, I feel like I'm an expert at this. I'm going to help out a lot of people with this video. I know it. But basically, you need to stop worrying about women. You need to stop thinking that having a lot of women, oh, I pulled a baddie, this and that, getting on Tinder, trying to DM as many girls as you can. Like, this is a big issue in social media and society in general for us men. Always being worried about what women do, just obsessing over them, and always seeking validation and attention. And a lot of you guys are gonna say that's not true, but deep down you know it is. And I'm gonna start off with the biggest issue that causes all of this. This is what causes all these like what do you call it? These not incels. Well, oh yeah, incels. People that are misogynistic, that don't like women, that always think they're less than them. That's how it starts. When you're young, you tend to be ugly. I know for me, bro, it was so bad. Like I was chubby. I had these really nerdy glasses. I would get this haircut. Um, I don't even know what it was, bro. It was just like number one everywhere and maybe some like length on the top. But it was done by like this Chinese lady from a salon for $5. And it was bad, you know. I would dress terrible, bro. And I mean like a clown. I'm talking about like striped random shirts from Marshall's, cargo shorts, and then Sperry's. Like what like that doesn't even match, bro. That shit is stupid. And obviously that like won me just a lot of teasing. A lot of girls would make fun of me and look at me like weird. Like, bro, girls would look at me like I was disgusting, and I was young, bro. That hurt. That made me mad. I had a lot of resentment going on, a lot of anger, and for a lot of men, this is the same situation. And guess what? When you glow up, when you start to look better, girls start to look at you different. They start to treat you different. But you know what doesn't change? How you feel from years of torment and being made fun of. So now that you have all this power, what tends to happen is okay, now I got this power, now I got all this attention, it's y'all's turn. All the years that you made me feel like I was ugly, like I was stupid, that I wasn't worth anyone's attention, y'all are gonna feel it now. And then you go on like a rampage of just talking to as many women as you can just to hurt them, just to see what you can do to them. And women do the same thing. And let me be clear, the biggest issue is lack of true emotional maturity and a lack of looking at the bigger picture, because this really gets you nowhere. Like, it's not productive. Chasing women isn't productive. Always trying to go on a date with someone, getting on Tinder, all that. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't going anywhere in life. I was stuck and I felt like a bum. And I would distract myself from those feelings and trying to calm the feelings of anger and resentment that I had by chasing women. And bro, I remember when I graduated high school in 2020, I let my facial hair grow out. I had like a full beard. And bro, I felt like I was on top of the world. Like, it was just so crazy to me. I was this ugly dude, and then out of nowhere I was getting all this attention. I'm talking about like being publicly hit on, being grabbed when I would go out. Like, it was insane. Being pictures taken of me. Like, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't fathom it, but I was like, oh, I'm going crazy. I'm about to just like it was a hobby. And what tends to happen as well is you join a group of friends that had similar experiences as you. So now it's like a group just like, oh yo, I did this to this girl, this and that. I hurt her, I broke her heart. This like, and it just becomes something that is cool. It's bad. It's really bad. And what tends to happen, I know I've said this a lot, but it's like it's just like one thing leads to another, and it gets worse and worse. But what happens in these situations is, yes, you're on top of the world. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone's giving you attention. And then you finally meet that one girl that makes you think, yo, I don't really want to hurt her feelings. She's a sweet girl. I like her. Blah blah blah. And guess what happens? It breaks your heart. That's what happened to me multiple times. And well, I remember like it was the summer of 2021. I was like in my MVP season of being like a player, bro. I was most valuable player, literally. But I remember I finally met this one girl. And at first, I wasn't gonna even take her seriously, and then I got to know her, and I liked her, and I liked the way she was, and the way she thought, and the way she talked. Like she was really interesting. I would drive like, bro, I would drive like an hour to go see her. I got like other side of town, and we just got closer and closer, and then out of nowhere, she got distant. And at that point, I was like, yo, like, is she really gonna do me like I would do other people? And I told her straight up, like, hey, just let me know. You don't want to talk to me. I respect her to this day. I hope she's doing amazing because this to me was so like, wow, because I wouldn't have done it. She straight up told me, exactly how she felt. She wanted to focus on her college, on her job, and that was that. Like just like that, she just left. Didn't even like talk to me at all anymore. No like liking stories, no comments. Like she just dipped, bro. And I was like, bro, I was like so shocked. I was so shocked when that happened because I was used to being the guy that would dip on girls, block them after. I was like, I'm done with you. That was me. So when the tables turn, bro, it's like devastating. It's devastating. And this is another thing that leads to this vicious cycle of just hating on women and using them. It hurt a lot when this happened to me. And what I did was okay, she hurt my feelings. I'm sad. Now I'm gonna go even harder. Any girl I meet, she's done, bro. Like I'm going to use her. I'm going to break her heart because of what this girl did to me. And this happens 24/7 with men and women. Guess what happened? God said, nah. You want to keep thinking like that? All right. Let's send you another one. Sent me another girl. At first, I wasn't gonna take her seriously, and then guess what? I liked her. Started to like her. She was really sweet. Like, bro, she was just the sweetest girl at the time. Was so nice with me, so loving. Oh, I fell so hard. Like this one was even harder. And I guess she had issues with her ex or something. I don't know. And she would just stop talking to me. Like I remember like out of nowhere, she stopped following me. She just got all cold on me, stopped talking to me. And then I was like, man, I was so butthurt, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna forget about it, bro. I'm gonna just take my L and move on. And then like a month later, bro, she calls me talking about, hey, my ex found out that we were talking, this and that. Just can you send me a message saying that we never talked, something like that. And then she had the audacity to ask me if I was talking to other girls. Like I was like, this completely like just destroyed my mind, bro. Because I was trying to forget her, and then she comes back with like acting like she cared, and then on some BS, and I was stuck on her, bro. Like 24/7. I'm talking about. I would dream about her like every night. I remember she went to like New York one time, and I would actually pray to God, bro, because I honestly believe I wasn't gonna see her again. I'll be like, God, please, just give me one more chance to see her. Give me one more chance to see her. I remember I would dream that I would see her, and every time I would thank God. Like, bro, I was down atrocious. And eventually it didn't work out. I ended up getting with someone else. I got in a relationship for the first time, and I did it just to see how it felt, really. It's not that I even like the person like that. And don't do this, this is terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a bad boyfriend. I didn't cheat or anything. I actually tried to behave. But we just weren't meant for each other. So, the relationship ended. I ended up going back to being a little hoe. I didn't learn my lesson. And so God said, oh, my son, about time you learn now. And this is where I woke up, and this is where I got the knowledge and, you know, intelligence to finally look at this whole issue in a bigger scope. I'm gonna tell you the story fairly quick. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but basically I went to a club with some friends. Normal night. We were just listening to music there. And I don't even drink, so they weren't really drinking. We were standing in front of a section, right? We didn't get a section. We were just chilling. I went there dressed real casual. Like I wasn't trying to attract anybody. I was just there to, you know, blow some time. I don't know. But I remember I was standing in front of a section. This was over 2 years ago. But I was standing in front of a section, right? And it was crowded. They were buying bottles. They were having a good time. And there was this one girl there that stood out. She was with her boyfriend too, you know. They were dancing on each other. They looked like they were really into each other. And as the night went on, there was one thing that stood out, and it was the fact that she was staring at me, but not any type of stare. I'm talking about how a lion stares at its prey. I was, I remember, I was trying to ignore her, bro, because I was like, yo, I'm not, I don't like what's going on. She's got a boyfriend. I'm trying to chill. Like, don't be tempting me like that, you know? And I locked eyes with her, I remember, and I got this like jolt of fear that I've never felt before. And it was like my sixth sense telling me, like, yo, nah, bro, there's something bad right now. There's something bad going on right now. And I felt like I had this gut feeling. I'm like, this girl's gonna ruin me. And I didn't even know her. I genuinely felt that. And please listen to your sixth sense. Y'all will see why. And at that point, my friends were telling me, yo, she's into you, this and that. And I was like, this isn't right. She was like with her boyfriend. Why is she looking at me so much? And I mean, it wasn't even like just glancing. It was like just straight on, no shame at all. And I didn't know what to do, you know, so I just played it off. Acted like I didn't know what was going on. Then eventually she left the whole section. I guess she got like an argument or something. She just left the section. And she went to another part of the club and she kept staring at me because I could see her like from the other side just looking at me. But eventually we left, and then I see her again in the parking lot. And she was arguing with her boyfriend, and she was with some random group. And she eventually told me, but she was with like a random group, and she was mad at her boyfriend because he did something. And she left with the random group home. You know, she wasn't even from the city, bro. She was from another city. So she just left with a random ass group out of nowhere. And I was like, first thing I thought was like, yo, this girl is problematic. But anyways, I didn't think much of it. I went home, went on with my life. Then a couple months later, in beginning of 2023, I get a follow, right? She starts to follow me. And when I see who it is, I was like, there's no way. How did she find me? You know, that to this day, I'm like, how did she find me? That should have been already a red flag. Like, yo, come on, bro, this girl's crazy. But I ignored it. And then hours later, she liked my pictures, telling me like, "Come on!" Like she was throwing the bait, and my dumbass took it. Now, keep in mind, I was 20 at the time. I was still, you know, kind of a rookie in the game. And you know, we started talking, chopped it up. I thought she was real cool. We went out to eat at Cheesecake Factory. You already know it's all reliable right there. But I went to the Cheesecake Factory with her. I straight up told her I'm 22 because I knew she was older, but I didn't know about how much. I honestly thought she was like 24. At the time, she was 26, single mom. You know, she had a daughter, and I was like, bro, what am I doing? I knew I was walking into a trap. My dumbass thought I was smart enough to get out of it, so I kept talking to her, right? I also had noticed afterwards, we hung out, that her boyfriend was looking at my stories. And I still didn't ask that question. You know, I should have asked her, yo, what's going on? But I kept playing along, kept being a dumbass. I got real attached to her. I don't know why, but I did. And then she had told me she had to go to another city. It was Chicago. And, I was like, all right, whatever. And by this point, we had gotten real close. We were talking a lot. We were really into each other. And I remember I was at work, right? And then I go on her page for I don't know why. And she had blocked me from her stories. And I go on another account, wasn't blocked. So I was like, yo, she's up to something. I go on, I see her stories, and she had posted that she was like with the guy, but like it was like a shadow of her and someone else. Not again. That I remember drive. I had to drive. I was working at an electrical company. I'm an electrician, and we had finished a job like an hour away. And I remember just driving, bro, on the way home after I saw that, like this. I was holding the wheel like this, bro. I kid you not, bro. I was shaking. I was like, no way. Like, I don't know why I liked her so much. She was a crimson flag, but I did. So I eventually I was throwing some shade at her because we were still texting. And she kind of caught on and was like, "Yo, you know what? Let's talk." So when she got back to town, we met up and we talked. And I was literally on the verge. I was on the verge of cutting her off because I was like, "Bro, nah, I ain't gonna get played like that." And then she came with the best sales pitch of all time, bro. I'm talking about what a performance, man. What a performance. But, you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. She told me everything. She told me that she did see the guy, but then he was always treating her bad, cheating on her, and that I was an amazing guy, blah blah blah. She didn't want to stop talking to me. Like she really cared about me, this and that. And she won me over, bro, and we got even closer after that. And I'm talking about close as in I was telling my sister to do paintings for her. I got her daughter a doll. I was down bad. This was something nasty. Like this was witchcraft. And I was obsessed with their dog. I was obsessed. The rookie, bro. The rookie, as in me, versus the veteran, and I got cooked, man. That was my welcome to the NBA moment for real. But and then out of nowhere, man, she stopped talking to me again. She just kind of started ghosting me, and I was so butthurt because I knew exactly why. But I kind of kept telling her, "Yo, I know something's up. Tell me, like, give me some respect. Like, if you respect me enough, just let me know, bro. Don't make me suffer like this." And she wouldn't until I had to find out myself. She posted a story one day. She was at a restaurant and like she posted what she had, and obviously there was another plate. So I was like, "Yo, what's going on? Why is there another plate, huh?" I was like, "Why is there another plate?" I get on her, you know, her boyfriend or whatever he was to her. He was at the same restaurant with the same food, and at that point, I was like, "Nah, I'm done." I blocked her. I was so furious. I hated her, man. I hated her until I started to think, because that was the third time that I had faced something similar, yet it was getting progressively worse and I was getting nowhere in my life. And this is where I talk about emotional maturity for men, because there's none of it nowadays. Well, I started to think, this is happening to me too much. Why is that? And guess what it was? Because of me. Because I was only focusing on women. I would get hurt by a woman and I would go and try to make myself feel better with another one. Whenever I wasn't getting the attention from that person I wanted it from, I felt like a loser. I felt like I had no confidence. I wasn't me. I was letting it eat me up. And this is a issue I need you guys to really think about. Why is it? Why is it that we base our confidence off of what others think? I was going to sleep every night verge of tears, angry at myself that I let this happen again. At first, I was like, "Ah, it's women aren't this, women ain't shit, this and that," complaining, till I realized, the common denominator here is me. Put yourself in my situation, off of the way you think right now. You probably would have started spewing a bunch of hate and toxicity to women and trying to make yourself feel better by using more women, this and that. I realize that's not it, man. There's good people, there's bad people, there's good women, there's bad women. Accept that. And here's the thing, whenever you are a low quality person, as I was, from my actions, from the places I was going to, from what I was saying, what I was thinking, I was a low quality person. Guess what happens? You attract what you put out, right? You attract what you put out. So all that low quality behavior was getting me low quality people, low quality places, always going to the clubs, always trying to go party, focused on women. Yeah, I was getting women, but I was getting the women that were like me, and I was a nobody. That's the issue. I was the issue, right? I was basing my confidence on what a woman thought of me. So what did I do? I accepted the fact that there are good women, there are bad women, and what happens to me is my fault. And what happened to me in the past is no one else's fault because I cannot use my trauma, my pain to hurt others. That is stupid. It makes no sense. And I started to genuinely work on myself. Not because I wanted to look good and impress other people, as you guys make that mistake, not everybody, but you guys tend to mix up, self improvement with being an alpha male and attracting other people and getting compliments and people looking up to you. That's not what it's about. True confidence stems from being able to look at yourself in the mirror and to be like, wow, I'm a person that does what he says he's going to do. I'm disciplined. I put in the work. I suffer to get better. I'm always striving to learn new things. That right there is why I have confidence. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care if people like me or not. I look at the mirror and I see a beautiful work of art that is only getting better. And that's how I started to view myself. I isolated myself from, the party world, the clubs, the all the bad influences. And I got better for being, for just being better. I wanted to be better just for the sake of it. I didn't want to be better to impress girls or other people. I started to learn more things. I started to have more confidence in my actions and abilities. I started to make more money. I started to actually be an influence for others, help other people. And that's when I started to realize, this is what it's about. In this message right now, if you're still watching this video, write this down. It's not about what others think, it's about what you think about yourself. You will never have respect for yourself if your respect is based off of what people think, because that fluctuates, that's volatile. But you need something steady, and that is making yourself go through hard things to get better in doing them. That's why people tell you to always go to the gym and be consistent, because that's when you start building respect and proof to yourself that you can become better for yourself. You don't go to the gym just because you want to impress others. You go to the gym because you have the blessing to become better every day. So take advantage of it. You start to get obsessed with self improvement for the sake of it. That's the most beautiful thing. And I am so thankful for everything that I went through with women. The moment I started to change my behavior, my thought process, started to take accountability, everything changed. I met the girl of my dreams. I'm happy. I no longer have this burning hatred towards women. I'm in an amazing position in my life. That's what it's about. It's not about putting your trauma and your pain on others, as so many people do on social media, on Twitter. on Instagram, on Facebook. I see so many angry, hurt men just lashing out on their podcasts. Just, you have to accept that there's good people, there's bad people, but you can't change that. But what you can change is you. When you have a garden, you want the garden to look nice. In this case, you are the garden. And once you start to genuinely work on that garden, butterflies come, nice things come. Bees start to pollinate, things start to grow. But you do it for the love of doing it, not for getting the love of others. Just think about that. I hope if you are like how I used to be, I hope this video wakes you up. And this is my mission. This is my first video on YouTube, but this is my mission. This is the true male improvement. This isn't some guru who's going to tell you how to attract women in the dark arts of seducing a woman and that you have to be this and that to attract them, and you have to. That stuff is corny, and you know it is. I lived both sides of the coin, having no women and having women, and I can tell you, life is not about that. Life is not about that. So fall in love with yourself. Be better, do better. Don't do it for them. Don't do it for girls. Stop worrying about what girls do. Stop worrying about OnlyFans girls and what they say and what they do. Let them be. They have their demons. You have yours. You don't have time to worry about that. Worry about yourself. And I guarantee you, once you become actually spiritually attractive, you will get the person of your dreams. You will get the opportunity of your dreams, the money that you so much desire. Because you have to become a magnet. You have to become a magnet. And all you guys want to talk about, oh, I want a beautiful girlfriend with a beautiful body that's going to be loyal and give me kids. That's great. There's not an issue with having high standards. Women can have high standards too. There's not an issue. Don't get mad about that. But do you deserve it? Do you put in the work? Are you the dream person for your dream partner? Think about that. Because your dream partner is going to have high standards, as they should, because they're a high quality person. They'll become a high quality person as well. Not that hard. If you liked the content, if you liked what I talked about, leave a comment. Tell me about your experience. I want to see what y'all feel, what y'all have been feeling about this whole, situation on social media with red pill, with all this hate, this lot of division between us, men and women. And I genuinely want to help men and women because it's just evil out here, man. So I'm gonna make more videos like this, and I know I'm gonna blow up. You're gonna see me on the most, exclusive podcasts. You're gonna see me traveling the world. And I'm gonna do it. There's no way this message, this idea, this topic isn't like life changing. It's gonna happen. Just wait on it. But other than that, may God bless you all.